Well, the latest mesmerizing Cirque du Soleil show is called OVO. It's all about creatures that fly, they crawl, and do fantastical things. Well, we met up with an incredible dragonfly performed by Kyle Origo and Cirque and publicist Jane Mallett. Well, Jane, can you give us a little bit of history on Cirque du Soleil?
Cirque du Soleil started in 1984 in Canada, and it was a small group of street performers that just set out to really reinvent circus. You know, no animals, really focusing on human imagination, the human boundaries, pushing them, and you know, so many years later, we have multiple shows around the world and multiple million people that have come in and hopefully be inspired at the show.
Absolutely. Well, I've caught several of the Cirque du Soleil shows, and each one, I'm just in awe. It's beautiful. It's jaw-dropping. It's done an incredible job here. Okay, tell us about OVO, this specific Cirque du Soleil show, and what makes it so special.
It's so good to hear that, because that's what we set out to do. Of course, each of the shows are different, and OVO are really our specialty is that we're all based on insects. So we have 52 artists on the stage. You can see them on the screen, and they're all different bugs. We've got a ladybug and flies and, you know, scarabs, spiders, and butterflies. And of course, there's the high-level acrobatics that you find in all the Cirque du Soleil shows, the beautiful video projections on the stage, and the costume, the live singing, live music. Really a good show for the entire family. It
really is, and I'm so happy that I got to see the costume actually in person. It is perfection, okay? From the makeup to the everything is just beautiful. Kyle, which brings me to you. What is your role in OVO?
So I'm a hand-balancing contortionist on the show, but my insect is a dragonfly. So the costume that you see before you is a dragonfly, and it's rare that somebody sees it this close. So.
I know, but I mean, it looks amazing on the stage, but also in person, which is really neat to see. Okay, let's talk about how long you've been performing acrobatics and what brought you to Cirque du Soleil. That's awesome.
So thank you. I think that the first time I did acrobatics was about 20 years ago now. I started competing gymnastics as a 7-year-old.
Wow.
Shortly after, I discovered Cirque du Soleil by sitting in the audience and watching one of our amazing productions. And I told my parents that I wanted to work for the company one day. From there, my sights were set. I ended up at circus school, and upon graduation, when I was 19, 20, I got offered a contract to come on tour with OVO.
That is incredible, and I'm sure you've been enjoying it since. How often do you guys perform?
So we perform anywhere from 6 to 8 shows per week, and we change cities every week, which I think is the more interesting aspect of our tour. So we're all over North America. We zip and zap around, literally. We are bugs. So yeah, we perform 5 days a week usually.
That is a lot, and I'm sure there's some training that goes into that and being able to perform every single show. What does that look like for you?
A lot of training. Before getting a contract like this, or before coming on an amazing production like this, there's the 10,000 hours or even more that it takes to master our skills on top of the daily maintenance. So there is daily training. Of course, we're doing shows every day, so I'm warming up and training every day just to be able to do what I do on stage. And it turns into more of a lifestyle. I don't really feel like I'm training. I'm just having fun and presenting my art to thousands of people.
And it is incredible what you guys do on that stage. And I heard, because I was kind of back here earlier today, that you also do makeup, and the makeup is incredible.
Thank you. Yes, so I do actually have a makeup contract with the company. So since I'm full-time with OVO, I'm doing just some hours on the side.
Yay.
I was full-time at some point, and it definitely helps me as an artist because I can get my makeup on really quickly if I need to, or I can take my time when I'm in front of all these cameras.
Well, you look amazing, and we can't wait to see you perform right here in the studio. We'll get to that in just a bit, but Jenny, I know that when you go to a Cirque du Soleil show, the magnitude of that show is impressive. How much goes into that?
A lot, of course. We travel with 20 semi-trucks. That's what it takes to bring the show to Denver, and it's, you know, the stage, but it's also the training equipment, like Kyle was saying, and the costumes. We have close to 1,000 pieces of costumes in each show.
Wow.
So when we have 2 shows on the weekend, that's close to 2,000 pieces of costumes. So laundry machine and catering to feed all these 100 people, offices, you know, so we dressing rooms, everything we travel with, and we travel from city to city. And we basically, the whole OVO family, we're 100 people from 25 different nationalities. That's what it takes to bring on the show, including 52 artists like this one.
I know, and I've already seen them perform, and everybody was like, wow, that is amazing. Well, Cirque du Soleil, certainly OVO, one you don't want to miss. Thank you both for being with us today. And Kyle, I'm going to let you perform a little piece of what you do on the show. I'll take that from you, and thank you again.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
pretty incredible. Get your tickets now for Cirque du Soleil's OVO, performing September the 8th through the 11th at Ball Arena. For tickets and more info, go to cirquedusoleil.com.